Hello, my name is David Lee, and I'll be talking about the idea that video games are creating a more violent generation. I'm currently sick, so I'm sorry if I sound a little nasally, or if I cough, or may get caught up because of something. But I was hoping I'd be better by now, but sadly I'm not. Anyways, let's continue. Video gaming has garnered a great amount of negative publicity in the last decade or so. Parents and other older figures in society have been targeting gaming as a source of the violent behavior that the younger generation shows. Everyone has heard this in some form or another. Kids are getting more violent due to video games. Or the next generation will become people who will struggle to understand the gravity of their actions due to the relative ease that video games let you commit them. My goal here today is to give you information so that you can form an educated, conscious opinion instead of letting any source of media sensationalize the outliers or make them seem commonplace. Video games have been around as early as the 1980s. The public opinion that video games create violent people didn't start gaining traction until the late 1990s. This opinion started happening because parents saw their children at home playing video games instead of being out and about, being with their friends, and doing what they did when they were younger. The graphics for video games in the 1990s were also realistic enough to imagine that a child wouldn't be able to discern virtual from reality. Now, here's a graph I obtained from Statistica, plotting the amount of violent crimes in the United States in the time period of 1990 to 2016. Now, according to the general public, the graph should be increasing since video games amplify the violent and aggressive behaviors and tendencies of future generations. But the graph clearly shows a decrease in violent crimes in the United States. Now, here's another graph I got from OJJDP showing the amount of crimes committed by juveniles. Now, as you can see, the trend follows the graph shown previously. There is a small increase in 1996, but overall, once as time progresses, the trend shows that there's less crimes done by juveniles. Now, I'm not saying that video games don't have a negative impact on society, but the basis that violence and aggression is increasing in the younger generation due to video gaming is clearly not that concrete. Now, I have a couple of studies I want to share. This study I got from the Journal of Adolescence conducted an experiment where they took a group of 600 8th and ninth graders and exposed them to violent video games for a prolonged period. The results were mixed. Some showed no change, while others became more argumentative, and some even had their grades fall slightly. I want to talk about the study. I wanted to show the study because it shows that people are different and that the effects of video gaming is dependent on the user. Another study I found from the Journal of Applied Developmental Psychology was very interesting. The study focused on how video gaming affected young children's behavior. With a group of 28 children in the ages of 4 to 6, they looked at aggression, fantasy, and behavior after exposure to video games. With some various testing and a lot of results, it showed that video games had the same impact as violent cartoons did that are currently shown on TV. Now, video gaming has more applications than just being violent and entertainment. Video games can develop spatial skills and help improve mental cognition. There was a study done by Jin Fang where Fang tested multiple groups of unknown gender distributions to test spatial cognition. Fang found out that after playing 10 hours of action games, the spatial difference between genders had disappeared. Other aspects had also increased, such as mental rotation ability, cognition, and spatial attention. All these aspects are important for mathematics and engineering, which could be promising to increasing gender diversity in the fields of STEM. This could also help develop the next generation of engineers to have higher mental cognition, which could lead to faster improvements in technology. There's current testing where doctors use video games to help combat Alzheimer's and other various memory degenerative diseases. This is possible because video games help exercise multiple parts of the brain, which is important to keeping a very healthy brain. I'm not saying that all you need to do is play video games, but the fact that video games can help offer this type of stimulus is very important. Video games are also able to help children learn in a more interactive way. By creating an environment where children can have fun while learning, can create a positive feedback loop where children can start looking forward to learning, which will help them learn more and faster. Overall, video gaming doesn't deserve all the negative publicity that is received. That's the only thing I'm trying to get at. There's such great potential in multiple possible application uses in medicine, education, and in entertainment that make use of video gaming. Video gaming has much to be explored before the final verdict can be placed upon it. Thank you for listening, and that is it.